What would you do for entertainment? Well, I used to go to, and they used to call it cinema now. It used to be the pictures. And we're going to the pictures tonight, 1 and 6 at the Clock Cinema at Hare House.
You get the cinemas now, and a lot of the times they can be overpriced. Or if you want to go rock climbing, it's like £30 for a session. It's just like, whoa, why pay so much just to climb up a wall? It's just easier to stay inside and go on the Xbox with a friend because it's cheaper.
But we didn't go drinking, there was no booze. You had a milkshake. Well, she went drinking out.
Smoking and drinking, absolutely wicked. Well, you didn't even think about risk.
No.
What was the point when they were all dying round you?
And everybody was smoking anyway, weren't they?
You know, most of the boys that I knew anyway, you know, you would meet in the mansion or wherever we met, and somebody would be missing, and the answer would be, oh, he won't be coming back, he's bought it. And everybody smoked, and I think the smoke probably, well...
And the drink, you mean?
And the drink, yes. To make them feel better about things, because what was there to look forward to?
But it was the fashion as well, wasn't it?
Was
a fashion fad, like drugs are now.
If you didn't smoke and drink, you were right outside the door. So...
Social drinking.
It's so, yeah, you know, if you're going to a party, that's fine. Everybody likes to party. But, you know, if I see a girl and she's quite attractive and then she pulls out a cigarette, I'm just like, oh, man. You know, I just, you know, I'm not, in a way, well, I'm judging them, but it's not necessarily bad. If they want to do it, but it just puts me off. I guess it's just the thought of inhaling all this tar and stuff in your lungs. It's just disgusting. I don't find it cool at all.
There wasn't health and safety, and there was nothing that you could plug in and listen to. Just imagine that. It just wasn't there. You wrote letters. I've got a computer now, and I'll sit and I'll spend ages on it. I think, you know, people download information. The word to Google, it's become a verb, isn't it? To Google something. Well, in the old days, it was exactly the same, but you had the encyclopedias.
The bowling alley, that was where we all met. Once my boyfriend and I were going out together, we used to go off into the Dales at the weekend, usually on a Sunday, get back on Sunday in time to watch Batman on television, which we all did, and there was a gang of us, there were about 12 of us. And then after we'd watched that, we'd go onto the local playing fields and the pavilion, and we'd talk about it and what we'd done during the week, and then we'd all pile into our cars and motorbikes and God knows what else and go down to the pub. And there was no drink and drive in there in those days, so the lads would drink quite a lot and then drive home.
There was less cars on the roads. It wasn't as dangerous. There weren't as many people driving around like idiots. There weren't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We used to get buses, and it was mostly buses, or people would give a lift and drop us off. I used to spend a lot of time with my cousin, and so I'd go over to Ruislip and stay there for a few times. But I think people, you know, if you knew somebody with an older person, would give you a lift somewhere and work it out like that. And,
I couldn't stand being a teenager and travelling now because, you know, you're like doing selfies all the time. Just put all of your technology away, stay out of radio contact and travel. What is the point of standing there in Nepal texting your parents? Get out, cut the lifeline, bugger off, get enough money, get your acts together, meet some other people. Sure, you know, don't do everything dangerous. But the point about travelling is getting out there on your own.
I see a point, like you should get off your phone, go travel, you should do this, but at the same time a lot of parents say they don't allow the young children to, because it's more dangerous nowadays.
The only thing I'd take my phone for, if I was travelling with somebody else, it was to get in touch with them, to meet at a certain spot at a certain time so we can do this activity. Facebook, no. Snapchat, no. I mean, I went to a concert and there were so many people, you know, on Snapchat recording it. I'm just like, stop recording it, enjoy it. Yeah, take a few videos and stuff like that, but don't go posting it on your story. Keep it for yourself, for the memories, you know.
once a week, the local newspaper, you'd read that, or word of mouth. I mean, I don't recall phoning round friends very much. No, just obviously whatever's on, you would hear. I mean, I think at school you would hear about things at school. When I was older and sort of newly married, sort of late teens, we'd organise things ourselves and go to different events. You'd just look to see what was on. Look at all the notice boards. So I still do now. I look at all the notice boards as I go around town to see what's on.
Well, I mean, I use my own phone quite a lot, but not as much as my partner does. He's always on his, he's on Twitter and Facebook and all the rest of it. And yes, we do communicate with everybody else via the phone, and people that we know overseas. It's easy to do a message and keep in touch with them like that. But you just see so many people with their heads down. And they're sitting next to each other and they're not talking to each other, they're just sitting there. Whereas before we were always outside, we were running around, and the activities that we did, they weren't expensive, and we were active, But now they're either sitting looking on the phone or they're going to the gym.
Going out, it gets boring because there's not to do. You do the same old thing over and over again. Is boring, whereas you can stay in and you can Skype your friends and you're in the comfort of your own home, you can just chill out, so it's just better.
There's things like video games now and stuff like that where it's something to do that's fun, that you can have fun with your friends online. I see it's the same thing really. It's not exactly different to going out with your friends and staying at home and talking to them online, because it's the only difference is that you're not outside.